Hello? Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Rihanna, and I will be presenting my I Am poem. I am from Lebanon, New Hampshire, from never thinking you're good enough in cigarettes. I am from sexually harassment apartments, running in fear, panic, and fresh wind from the newly dropped leaves. I am from the chocolate coal in my stockings on Christmas morning, dark chocolate and milk chocolate, with little crunchy bits like Star Crunches. I am from a shunned Jehovah's Witness for celebrating graduation from Robert Bobby Hale and Diana Vaughn. I am not, I am from the moving every year and being alone in Texas. You won't make it and you're not my real sister. I'm from, I'm from Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, homemade stuffed shells, and dino nuggets. From living in homeless shelters, from the heartbreak of only having pictures in memory of my siblings, knowing I am my haven and my hope.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. My name is Anaya, and I'm a former student of SAU. I graduated in January, and I've been invited here to share a bit about my journey, where I started, what I learned, and how my time at SA Youth helped shape who I am today. First, I just want to give a very big thank you to the amazing staff at SA Youth who supported me every step of the way. Your guidance truly made a difference. Before SA Youth, Before SA Youth, I was a 16-year-old with a plan but no clear vision. I knew I wanted something more for myself, but I didn't know how to get there. I felt lost and honestly a little scared about my future. But it all started to change when I joined SA Youth. I didn't know what to expect. I just knew I needed a change and a space where I could focus on becoming a better version of myself. The staff welcomed me with open arms and made me feel seen and very supported. There were days when I wanted to give up, but the mentors reminded me why I started in the first place. The thing that stuck with me the most was learning that growth takes time and it is okay to not have everything figured out. Through their guidance, I started to see my potential and gain confidence in my future again. Now looking back, I can honestly say SA Youth helped me find my direction and purpose. I'm proud of how far I've come, and even more proud to say that I am the first SAU student to be accepted into a four-year university. I now attend UTSA, where I am majoring in business management. Not only that, but I'm also a bold scholar and was very blessed to have my tuition paid for in full. That really showed me that so much is possible if you just believe in yourself. No matter where you're starting, your story matters. Be wise, stay true to yourself, and don't be afraid to try. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for being here tonight to support this incredible organization.
Please help me welcome to the stage our fearless leader and CEO, Maria Benavides.
Oh, stop. Good evening, and welcome to Stories of Resilience, a live podcast taping celebrating the incredible journeys of SA Youth students and alumni. Tonight is special. We're here at Texas Public Radio, our wonderful partners, to highlight the power of storytelling. The voices of young people who have faced challenges, found hope, and are now shaping the future of our city. I want to thank our sponsors, who you'll see on the slide behind me, including our storytelling sponsor, Broadway Bank, and our community sponsors, the H.E. Butt Foundation, DPR Construction, Shalane Clemmer, Westover Hills Family Health, Planned Parenthood, Conservant Capital, and Norton Rose Fulbright. Thank you. I'd also like to thank our Board of Governors. If you serve on our board, please stand so we can recognize you and all the hard work you do for us. We truly could not do this work without you. Of course, we have many community partners and generous funders of the work we do in the room with us too. Last, but certainly not least, we want to thank each of you for being part of this moment. We also want to recognize our dignitaries in the room today. State Senator Jose Menendez, who will be our keynote speaker for the evening. Also, District 6 Councilman Rick Galvan, who also came this week and spoke to our students and was very, very engaging, and our students were really, really happy to see someone that looks like them, acts like them, and thinks like them. So we can't thank you enough, Councilman Galvan, for being there. Your presence tonight shows these young leaders that their stories matter and that San Antonio cares. Thank you both for being here. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the brilliant minds who are the lifeline of our organization and whose servants' hearts are the reason for our success. I hope you all know how grateful we are for the work that you do every day in shaping our future leaders. Will the SA Youth team please stand and be recognized? To begin our evening, it is my great honor to welcome someone who has been a tireless advocate for education, youth empowerment, and equity, a true friend to our city and to our mission. Senator Jose Menendez has served San Antonio for over 2 decades. Although he doesn't look like that, the experience is there. First on City Council, then in the Texas House, and since 2015 in the Texas Senate representing District 26. Known for his bipartisan leadership, he has championed education, healthcare access, and workforce development with a particular focus on youth, families, and the underserved communities. He has also been an amazing supporter and friend to SA Youth, and we're so grateful to have him here tonight. Please join me in welcoming Senator Jose Menendez to our stage.
Wow. You didn't have to put that part about the 20 years, but yeah, I was a little older than Rick or Councilman Galvan when I first got elected, but Maria, thank you. Thank you, not just for the warm introduction, but more importantly for the work that you do each and every day. Thank you to the staff for the work that you do. Thank you to the Board of Governors for the commitment that y'all have to our community. Thank you to the sponsors who have decided to step up. You know, having the privilege of representing this incredible city, but more importantly, the people who live in this incredible city. Because, I mean, look, San Antonio is not about a hemisphere, an Alamo, or Riverwalk. It's about the people. And that's what continues to inspire me the most, especially the resilience of our youth. You are what we are all depending on for our future. Because your lived experience, whatever it is, whatever your story is what's going to help us shape the future of this city. And that's why your stories are so important. Organizations like SA Youth prove that when we invest in our youth, when we listen to their stories and believe in their potential, we are building a stronger and more compassionate Texas. These youth that we're going to hear from tonight are living proof that circumstances do not define destiny. Their courage, their voice, and their leadership reminds us that every person deserves a chance to thrive. You know, I sometimes think about how illogical and how improbable it would be for a kid who showed up on the first day of school not knowing how to speak a word of English because mom and dad only spoke Spanish, and dad had a fourth grade education, mom was a nurse, but yet here I am. And that's only because of my education. And so that's the one thing that I hope that you get as we move forward, that you achieve whatever level of education you choose to achieve. Don't let anybody decide for you what that is. Only you can decide what you want to get out of your life. I want to thank SA Youth again, Texas Public Radio, and every partner here tonight for empowering the next generation of storytellers, innovators, and leaders. Because you all are changing lives, and in doing so, you're changing the future of our community, our state, and God help us, our nation. I cannot wait to hear you and these remarkable stories. I want to thank you for your commitment to our youth. Again, all of you who are here as members of the audience, I want you to look at that scan to give. I want you to pull out, that's the only reason you should pull out your phone, to scan to give. I want us to see what we can do tonight, not just to celebrate the resilience of these young people, but what can we do to turn up the volume and save more young people? These are challenging times that we're in. But cities, communities like ours, in my opinion, are the embers, the fire of the hope for the future. And that's you. Every little light, every little point of heat, of passion that you see in a fire at the bottom, that's you waiting to be a bright flame. And that's what you can do for us. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we need for the future. Because, the one thing I don't want anybody to do, not you, not anybody else here, is despair. Is realize that as long as we're around, we have hope. Thank you for the invitation to join you, Maria. I appreciate the acknowledgement, but this is, for me, as a kid of immigrant parents, it's almost a sense of responsibility, a debt of gratitude for everything that this community has done for my family and I. So thank you very much.
Who put me to speak after Senator Menendez? Thank you, Senator, for reminding us why this work matters so deeply. It's now my pleasure to introduce our partner and collaborator for tonight's incredible program. Texas Public Radio has been instrumental in helping our students learn how to tell their stories with confidence and impact, con poder y con ganas. Please join me in welcoming Tori Poole from TPR. Tori is a Texas native, a writer, comedian, and director of events at Texas Public Radio. She is also the host of TPR's Worth Repeating podcast, producer of Don't Tell Comedy San Antonio, and co-author of the popular card game Latino Card Revote. In 2021, she was interviewed on Netflix's A Joke Radio on Sirius XM as part of a Hispanic Heritage Month segment, where she was named one of Cristela Alonso's favorite up-and-coming comedians, mira. She has even opened for incredible acts, including Cristela Alonso, Mo Amir, Chris Estrada, and Tom Green. Somebody me hizo ojo because my crown keeps falling.
It was me.
You can thank Gina Jaramillo, wherever you are, Gina. At SA Youth, we understand the power of storytelling. Stories connect us. They remind us where we've been, who we are, and what's possible when we lift each other up. They are the threads that weave our shared history, carrying lessons, voices, and experiences from one generation to the next. Every young person we serve has a story worth hearing, one of resilience, courage, and hope. By sharing these stories, we don't just inspire change, we create it. Welcome to Stories of Resilience.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Thank you for that lovely introduction. It made me feel very important. Tonight is about the power of storytelling. Stories are amazing. They allow us to share in each other's lived experiences, the people, the places, and the moments that challenge who we are and shape us. When we listen closely, we see how challenges can sculpt character and how beauty is often forged in hard places. In fact, many of the most successful people and leaders began with adverse childhood experiences, and what changed their trajectory was support, opportunity, and the courage to tell their story. Over the past few weeks, it's been my honor to visit with these students. Listening to their writing has reminded me of the power in resilience. I myself am a high school dropout, no shade. But I also am a high school dropout that taught high school for 6 years. Thank you. The only reason I returned to high school is because I felt lost in high school. There was no one that was looking out for me. The teachers sent me away once I came into the classroom because I have this, RBF. And I just didn't feel like I fit in. And so I went back to school, pursued my bachelor's and then my master's, and I made sure that I was the teacher that I needed. So if I had known about the program, I wouldn't have just took my GED. I would have come and hung out with you guys. What I think is really important and what I would like to tell all of you is that a lot of what drives me is trying. A lot of people think that they don't try because of failure, but I think failure means that you are giving an effort. And so whenever I get rejected from a screenplay competition or a book submission, I kind of put those pieces of rejection letters on a wall, and I like to look at them because that means that I'm continuing to put myself out there, and I won't stop. I want to thank you guys for letting me into a small portion of your lives. Honestly, we sort of unpacked some really powerful things. There's something that happens when you're a storyteller, when you're sharing, and we saw it earlier with the poet, with the reading. And we've talked about it in panels, but when you're telling a story in a space like this with people and you guys are leaning in and listening, transference happens. And I saw it in the tears that welled in your eyes, and that is the power of storytelling. And it was such a beautiful thing. And one more time for this lovely young lady. Because all it takes is that effort, and you saw the power in it. Congratulations to our soon-be graduates. Your next chapter is about to start, but first you're going to talk to me. What I would like to hear from each and every one of you is if you can give in about a minute, what are the highlights of your life? What has gotten you to the place that you are in now? And remember, we're all here to celebrate you, so let us hear it. Who would like to start?
Okay, I guess I'll go first then. So a little bit about me, my highlights of my life. I mean, my family. Honestly, they're the biggest thing in my life. Without them, I wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Introduce myself. My name is Dakari Shaki Exum. Howdy, howdy. And as I was saying, the most important thing in my life is my family. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be motivated to do most of the things that I've done. And certainly, I wouldn't have been able to propel myself through this program and to have made it out. So I owe everything to them, truly. And yeah.
I'll go next. My name is Mary Martinez. Hi. Some highlights about my life is I have a son. He's 8 months old, and I had him very young, and that's where I came to SA Youth, and my life was not the best growing up. I moved around from place to place, school to school. My mom wasn't in the best mental place, and I've been to the mental hospital, and sorry, I had very hard time growing up, and SA Youth has been wonderful, like honestly, and yeah, it's okay.
Hi, Hi, my name is Mary Vidal. My highlights are when I was 13, I ended up having a child by not a good situation as a child would want to conceive a child. Um, I decided to keep her regardless of the bad incident that happened to me with the family member. Um, at 14, my family threw me out, and I said I had to work in construction at the age of 14. I couldn't go back to school. It was depending if my family wanted me for money or for the benefits or for me to get sold. But I chose my daughter. She's 10. I own a construction company. Um, I didn't know what I wanted to do after I worked so hard. And when I was 18, 19, when I started the company, I had to decide, like, where am I going to go from here? Because I never had a choice. I had to survive being homeless, sleeping under a bridge with my child, or depending what I was going to be. Well, I drove by. I was like, you know what? I always wanted to go to school and graduate, but I couldn't. So I drove by and I saw this building, and I didn't know where my life was gonna start until a couple months back, and I thought, like, hey, if I go in here, are they gonna accept me? Are they gonna want me? Because that's all I knew was to survive, or if they were gonna judge. But they didn't, and I was surprised that I met Jeremy, and he made me feel like, wow, like he understands, and he sat there and listened to me and did not judge. And he was like, you know what? Well, you have a chance, you know? And he's like, if you want it, you take it and you're going to fight for it. And I had to decide, you know what? This is my only opportunity, and I took it. And from right now, I have a 10-year-old daughter, and she looks up to me and tells me, Mom, what are you doing? Are they doing anything to you? I was like, no, they don't judge me. And so she wants to see the facility. And I told her, like, regardless of whatever I've been through with abuse, neglect, any situation that I've been in, and it was a very young age, um, I wanted to show her that they are opportunities for people like her mom to get an education. And I thought that I would have to pay out of pocket, and I didn't have time. So I ended up getting this opportunity to go back to school, and I wanted to help children. So I want to be a probation officer or a lawyer for family. And I'm just going to go from there, whatever the future holds.
Hi, my name is Oscar Gonzalez, and one of my highlights of my life is the birth of my sister. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. I would still be out there. Uh, this SE Youth has changed the trajectory of my life so far. And right now, after I finish for SE Youth, I'm gonna go for RN, and then they're gonna help me go for a doctor. So I'm sorry, I'm not very good at speaking. It's great. It's great at SE Youth. It's wonderful. It's changing my life. It's changing a lot of people's lives. It's a wonderful place to be.
Hello. I would like to say I'm sorry for breaking earlier. Um, my name is Brianna. I had a really bad childhood. I grew up with a single mom. My highlights would have to be my best friend and my man. Um, um, SA Youth has helped me because I dropped out 4 times. The last time I dropped out, I had to take care of my family. So being at SA Youth has opened my eye up again. Yeah.
You see, you did so good, someone dropped their phone. See, that's awesome. Anybody else? Okay, awesome. Good job, guys. Okay, I have a question for, well, first of all, that was really brave. Can we clap it up for everyone that shared? You guys are doing great. Just take deep breaths. We'll have breathing exercises in yoga after this. I have a question for Oscar and Dakari. How do you guys define resilience, and what does that look like in your life?
Well, how do I define resilience? I define it as trying, and even if you fail, you pick yourself back up and you try again. And you try again until you eventually succeed. And what resilience looks like in my life would be my mother. She had me at a very young age, and she didn't give up on me or my sister. She kept going, and she found her way through nursing school, and she supported us. And that, to me, is resilience.
It's the same thing with my mother. She was working multiple jobs to take care of all 3 of us growing up or now. So it's yeah. She tries for her hardest for all of us. That's really how I could define as resilience, is trying multiple times no matter what. If you fail, you get back up. It's, it's, it's,
Is there anything you guys want to say to your moms right now?
love you, mama.
Get 'em, moms. Okay. Let's see. I have a question for Maria and Ania. SA Youth became your next step. What wasn't working in traditional school, and what drew you to SA Youth?
I felt like the teachers didn't care if you passed or not. They just cared about that money coming in for you from you. My teachers would just throw a screen in front of us and say, "Okay, you know how to do it," even though I really didn't. I was getting bullied a lot in school. Not like harsh bullying where I got beat up and everything, but it was like mentally challenging. I have a lot of mental problems, so I had to be on a 504 plan, but not a lot of teachers followed that plan. I ended up dropping out, skipping school. Well, I didn't drop out. I just started skipping school, going to classes that didn't make me do anything. And then I got pregnant with my son, and SA Youth was there. My baby daddy went there first. He had looked like he had really fun. It's only 4 hours. Like, he had time to work and everything. He supported me while I was pregnant with his child. And I wanted to come. So I wasn't old enough at the time, but now I'm 16, and they took me in. They have been so helpful. Jeremy is always there, door open, snacks in the room, and they have therapy and everything, and they just help you in so many ways public school never does. Before SA Youth, I didn't know how to do anything in the real world. I didn't know taxes. I didn't know anything. I knew what they were. I just didn't know how to do any of them. And that's why I love SA Youth so much. It helped me so much in life, and I feel like I'm already ready, and I'm not even finished. And even though they teach you really, really important stuff, even though we still have to do our coursework, they always try to make everything fun. Like right now, we're doing a pumpkin painting, and I'm gonna win. So.
Um, in regular high school, I just didn't feel heard, and like I would go to class and walk out, and it felt like I didn't learn anything. Um, I have dyslexia, so I feel like none of my teachers really helped with that. And I was so close to just like saying never mind to school, but then I found out about SA Youth and they have changed my life, like literally. They helped me. They helped me with so many different things, like just so a lot, and they motivated me to keep trying. And like I said, I had a plan, but I didn't have a clear vision. And as I kept going, they helped me see the vision like more and more every day. And I'm just so thankful for them. And yeah.
You know, what you guys are saying is exactly how I felt in high school. And I'm so glad that you have a place where you feel seen. Can we give it up for the SAU staff? I have a question for Oscar and Mary now. SAU's just opened the Therapeutic Services Division for students and the surrounding community. Was mental health something your family talked about growing up? And if not, what changed for you after engaging with the support at SAU?
I had a family that cared so much, even though my mom wasn't around. My tia acted as my mom. And my grandma and my tia were the ones there for me. I'm so sorry. I started hurting myself at a young age, and that's when I finally they took me to the men's hospital, not knowing it was gonna be worse. And I felt like nothing really helped. My mom tried to put me in therapy once, but she was friends with the therapist, so it wasn't really good to talk to her. She would tell my mom everything, even though everything's supposed to stay in therapy. But then SA Youth came, and their therapeutic the services have been such great help. I know it doesn't seem like much, but I stopped biting my nails. My anxiety has went down so much. I want to thank my therapist. She's just right there. She's amazing. And I feel like SAU's therapeutic stuff is so amazing, and I'm so glad we have someone to turn to and talk to if we're having a bad day. Like even if we don't have an appointment with them, their doors are always open unless they have. But we have more people to talk to, and I think that's something we all need in schools, public schools, considering everybody has something going on in life, even if it's big, small. You still have something going on, and it hurts going to school and trying to act like everything's okay, because sometimes it's just not okay. And I think it's very important to have that in a school. So thank you, SA Youth.
The SC Youth Calm Clinics has helped me open up to about a lot of things that happened to me growing up. And I could actually talk to people without looking away from them and just actually stare into their eye and talk, not shy away. It's I'm gonna be honest, it's talking to them has made me happier. That's all I could really say. It's made me smile more. It actually makes me care about myself. Makes me care about the people that love me. It's helped a lot. Like it's a wonderful thing. It really is a wonderful thing. I'm glad they're there.
The big question, right? What does the future look like for you guys? What are you dreaming about? What are you going to be trying over and over again until you get what you want?
Somebody told me I had to say that I'm gonna be over the ocean exploring the sea. But I want to be a marine biologist. I think it would not only just about the money, but I do care about the money. Um, I think I always loved animals, and I wanted to be a vet until I found out what you had to do. And no, I I would love to be a marine biologist. I think it would be something my son could look up to. He could look up to me and be like, "Mom, what do you do?" Well, I study the ocean, and I would love to do something with animals. And I thought marine biology called to me because I'm terrified of the ocean, and I wanna do something that scares me, so I could have that thrill. So yeah, that's what I want to do.
It's my turn. Oh,
It goes in any order.
okay. I want to be a doctor to help people since I'm being helped right now by them. I don't know what I want to be yet. I just don't know I want to help people when I'm older.
Myself, I plan on joining the military, the U.S. Army to be precise, and I will be serving while earning my degree in computer science.
Um, I'm I'm trying to go to school to run my own daycare because I can't have kids technically, so I'd rather take care of kids.
I want to be a probation officer, or with the career that I'm going towards. Later on, I could be a lawyer, family lawyer. Um, and besides that, on the side, I, like I said, I have a construction company. My goal is to have, uh, to build a program for women and for children in the West Side, because I know it's the struggle down there. So then they have a guidance for, uh, to learn how to work, and women cannot always depend on men because that's what they were raised like, so they can have a better opportunity.
I'm currently in school for business management, and I plan to. Oh, I'm also taking real estate classes, and I plan to stay in school and get my master's degree and continue real estate.
Oh, I want to thank our panelists. Can we give them a round of applause? I just want to say that I hope that you are there for each other. It seems like a cohort that you've bonded together. So keep up those friendships and keep up your relationships with your teachers. I'm so glad I got to know you guys for a little bit, and thank you for that. Right now, I want to carry us forward. So please welcome Mary V to share her I Am poem, and I welcome our panelists back to their seats. Thank you.
I am from an unwelcome home, from bleach and drugs. I am from a closed door, fighting abused and not feeling loved. I am from a rose because you are a rose, ready to bloom inside. You're beautiful, and I am from gangs and violence. From Laura and Maria, I'm from being a good wife and nothing happened. From whatever happens, stays at home. We don't cry. I am from clean and cook and respect the man. I'm from Mexico, U.S., Texas. Menudo and homemade tortillas. From my Tío Bobby, who was an outgoing person, the first person to love me in my life. He was born and raised in San Antonio, and I'm from not giving up on myself and being a better and growing just like a rose.
Please help me welcome to the stage Dakari.
Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by first saying thank you to SA Youth for inviting me to be here tonight to tell my story. It means so much to me that I'm able to share a little bit of my high school experience with you all here. When I first started high school, I was excited. I thought it would be like in the movies, make friends, become popular, ace my classes, and go to a few football games, and eventually ask a girl out to prom. I couldn't have been more wrong. I didn't have the traditional high school experience. Instead, I chose to make a series of mistakes, skipping classes, choosing girls over grades, and seeking popularity when it didn't matter. But the one that really did me in was not taking school seriously. I always thought I'd be okay as long as I eventually got a job and was making money. I'd be happy. I didn't have plans for myself or for my future, and because of that, I treated each day at school like it was nothing but a game. I remember having to go to summer school for every year in high school, and as the years went on and personal issues began to arise, I started to care even less about school. I found myself depressed, and after losing what friends I had, the days began to blend together. After a while, I found myself asking, what's the point in being here? Of course, I was mostly to blame. However, the school itself wasn't perfect by any means. Fights broke out almost every day. Kids smoked and vaped in the bathrooms, and teachers gave off the wrong kind of energy. All of this culminated in me just not attending school. I found myself missing more and more days and just staying home instead. And for a while, I was okay with that. It was in my senior year that I decided to formally drop out and find a job. However, my choices were slim, as many required a high school diploma. I found myself unhappy with my work situation, and it was during this time that my sister, Anaya, joined the SOAR program at SA Youth. She excelled in the program, and seeing her get her diploma inspired me to join myself. I was honestly expecting the same experience that I had in traditional high school, but it was immediately different. The energy at SA Youth couldn't be more different from a traditional school. They treated me like an adult and with respect. The staff was incredibly supportive and caring, and the students were all there for the same reason, not to make friends or to become popular, but to graduate and to move on to the next chapter of their lives. I found myself acclimating and getting comfortable much faster than in a traditional school. The teachers were kind, the therapists were supportive and made me feel heard, whether that was, they were supportive and made me feel heard, and the students were focused on their own goals, whether that was graduating and finding a college or enlisting like I chose. It felt much easier to come in every day and to work on what I needed to do. Now, I can proudly say that I've graduated and am finalizing my enlistment in the United States Army. Where I will not only serve my country, but will also use this opportunity to earn my degree in computer science. My hope is that one day I can create my own business developing and programming AI. For this opportunity, I remain forever grateful to my family for motivating and inspiring me to go to school every day, and to the amazing people of SA Youth, because they have given me a new, brighter outlook on life. Thank you to Jeremy, Hosanna, and Cassie, and thank you to all the wonderful staff at SA Youth. I am confident in saying that you will go on to inspire and shape several other young minds. Good night, and may God bless you all.
Please welcome Maria Benavides back to the stage.
Híjole, I thought following Senator Menendez was hard. You guys are our reason. And we're here, and everything we do for us at SA Youth is for you. And I want you all to know that we're always here. All of us. We're very, very proud of you for taking the the time to be here tonight and the courage that it takes to tell your story in front of a bunch of people that you don't even know. Thank you. This panel is our why. A resilient community that is proud. That's our why. At SA Youth, we meet young people where they are. So education, healing, and hope become possible again. But the need is real, y'all. 95% of our students come from low to moderate income households. 32% have a learning difference. 38% have a mental health diagnosis. Those are students who have been diagnosed. That's not even students who are going through it and who don't have access to mental health care, who don't have support systems to take them to doctors to get diagnosed. Sure, that number is much higher. 24% of our students are parents, and 6% are unaccompanied minors. And here's what your support makes possible. Since 2021, more than 600 young people have participated in SOAR. 600. 500 of them diploma seeking with an 86% plus graduation rate. Yeah. Give yourselves a hand. That's y'all. Since implementing therapeutic services in 2023, over 300 students have received therapy. 50% of them have shown decreased depression symptoms. You heard one speak about his experience earlier. 44% have reported an improvement in life satisfaction. How deep is that? Life satisfaction. And 67% have stayed engaged for 4 or more sessions. They know they need the help. They know they do. And often culture gets in the way of that. Often access gets in the way of that. Insurance gets in the way of that. Money gets in the way of that. But at SA Youth, nothing gets in the way. We find a way, and we make sure that everybody is served. Earlier this year, as a result of all of that, we also launched the Calm Clinic. So our students and all of our neighbors on the west side and all throughout the city can access low or no cost mental health care. Thank you to Zuli and her team for creating our Calm Clinic. Many of you in the audience tonight have helped with funding. You've helped with support. You've helped with food. I don't know where Sandra is. You find a way. Although money is important to us and it helps us keep our doors open, whatever talent you have, whatever experience you have, come and talk to our kids. After this event, talk to Councilman Galvan, talk to Senator Menendez. Both have had the experience of coming and talking to our students. And I'm so glad y'all were here tonight to hear the reason why they left school. Help us work with public education so that we can keep these kids on track and they don't have to go through all of this. I want to thank everyone for your gifts, all of them, whether it's money, time, experience. Even those of you who say to me, I talk about you all the time. Please help spread the word, because there are kids out there who are hurting and suffering for no reason at all. They can come to us. To help prevent issues we know have historically caused students to leave school before graduation, we equip youth with the tools they need to stay engaged in schools by addressing mental health through the Calm Clinic. SA Youth's Community Mental Health Clinic for individuals ages 6 and older. We want to help families, y'all. Bring the parents, bring the grandparents, bring the tias and the tios and the abuelas that help raise our kids, and let us help them so that they can help their kids in their homes and in their schools. As part of our continuum, SA Youth intervenes when youth and young adults leave the traditional school setting prior to graduation. Our SOAR program provides a flexible, accredited diploma pathway, complemented with workforce and leadership development training that guides youth back into learning and toward employment. That's what we want, right? We don't want these kids sitting at home. We don't want them on the streets getting in trouble. We want them to know their purpose. We want to help guide them, and we want to get them there. And I'm really proud to say that 100% of our students who graduate have a plan, and we help them follow through with that plan. Thank you to the SOAR staff for all you do. SA Youth is also proud to provide continued support to program participants and clients through ongoing counseling for students and families. Híjole, I got a hold of myself, I already said that, right? Counseling for students and families so progress sticks and participants know that they always have SA Youth in their corner. If you're asking, will my gift matter? $5, $10, your time? The answer is absolutely. $1,000 funds a student's mental health services during SOAR. $3,000 underwrites one graduation ceremony because milestones matter. You should see them when they get into their caps and gowns. I love it. I'm sorry, Angie, for all the budget meetings I've skipped to go and see the kids in their caps and gowns. We do that in the first week of programming so they can see themselves in a cap and gown. $5,000 sponsors a student's entire SOAR journey. $10,000 covers therapeutic services for 20 youth. Now we're getting into big money. $20,000 funds curriculum and diploma accreditation for 50 students. $25,000 supports a cohort of 10 students through career exploration and job readiness training. And $50,000 allows the Calm Clinic to offer no-cost therapy session to clients who are uninsured or struggling financially. We don't turn anyone away. Ask our beautiful therapists. People come to our door all the time, and we don't turn them away. We need you to join us. Please scan the code on your program. You knew this was coming, right? Please scan the code on your program or visit our giving link to donate now. For many, this is the last, best chance to turn the page. From trauma to diploma, from isolation to community, from I can't to I did. Dakari is our why. Anaya is our why. These students are all a sample of our why. Thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our donors, and all of our supporters for saying yes to their future and to the future of SA Youth. Que viva SA Youth. On behalf of our SA Youth team and students, thank you all for joining us tonight and for your support all year. We hope you have enjoyed our stories of resilience. Please don't forget to take the cookie that's on your chair, it's a goodie, and enjoy the rest of the evening with food and beverages still flowing in our atrium. Have a good night.